This boy was given a magical robot egg and couldn't wait to violently open the box. When he opened it, there was still an egg inside, only it was a defective product. Not only is it not connected to the internet, even its intelligence is questionable. It's always doing strange things. It was almost taken away by a car just after leaving the house. The boy had to leave it at home, and this robot egg is the latest companion robot, the newest companion robot developed by Bubble. Just put your hand on it and start it up, and it will change its skin to suit your taste. It can change its skin to suit you. Not only is it a good dancer, it's also a cool little sports car. You can share your life anywhere, anytime. You'll be the talk of your friends. And so the release of the robot egg, it soon became a national sensation. Almost every child had one. The only one who didn't have one was Xiao Shui, was the only one who didn't have an egg. As a result, he was isolated by everyone. Whenever he saw his friends playing with the robot egg, he couldn't help but admire. If only he could have a robot egg himself, how wonderful it would be. So on his birthday, his father gave him a robot egg. But when he came back from school, the bedroom had almost been torn apart. It's a ticking time bomb. He's always in trouble. For his own safety, he decided to take the machine's eggs back to the factory for repair. But on the way, he meets some students. They laughed at the lack of skin on the egg, but they were more direct. "I hate you. Don't look at its small size. He's an absolute force to be reckoned with." He chased them everywhere. It took a lot out of Shui. All the other robotic eggs do what they're told. He's the only one with a mind of his own. They stormed off the pitch, playing happily on the grass. The robot egg laughs along with them. At last, Shui realized how special it was, and named him White. From then on he started to take it seriously, teaching him what he could do, and what not to do. He also told him his preferences. He told him everything he liked. Although the silly little white boy tried very hard, but he still didn't remember much. When it was time to go to bed at night, he would study it under the bed, knowing that Shui is afraid of the dark. So he uses the electricity in his own body to light up the room and keep him warm, knowing that he has no friends. So he took his picture and introduced him to people all over the street. He even gave people compliments with his hands and heart. Eventually, he posted small advertisements all over the streets. He even went to Xiao Shu's school. This robot egg is holding a little northern nose. He said he was looking for a new girlfriend for Handsome. Her mother was screaming. Xiao Shu's classmates cornered it to death, asking him how he could do it. How did he manage to hit people without listening to his master? He was able to hit people, so White told him he didn't have a security system installed. The student was immediately intrigued. He asked his robot egg to copy White's code, and automatically passed the code on to others. Many balls started to go out of control, one by one, and soon it was all over the school, causing chaos. The robot eggs were put together, turned into a terrifying zombie monster, wreaking havoc in the school, and swallowed a young lady on air, and swallowed her. "I was pulled out." That's the phrase. Immediately became an internet buzzword. In the control room at Robot Egg's headquarters, the technician immediately shut down all systems. The giant zombie monster instantly scattered. The disaster was put to rest, and the source of all this, it was this robot egg called White. The company's executives, for the sake of their reputation, immediately decided to recycle and destroy the egg. They would never allow an uncontrolled robot egg to appear, so Shui had to take it with him. Finally, they had to hide in the forest where no one was around. It was here that they were able to free their nature. Xiao Shui took a branch and poked by twice, and White punched a wooden stake, ready to give him a gentle blow. But as they chased and fought, he fell into a mud puddle, and splashed little Marshall with mud. They were both turned into mud dolls. But that's not all. White saw the cliff and jumped off. He was so frightened that he had to be fished out. It was during these adventures they formed a true friendship. At night, White changes his mode, bringing light and warmth to Marshall, but this is very power-hungry. White's battery is quickly running out, and even Marshall is getting cold. At the same time, at the Robot Egg headquarters, the executives took the liberty of controlling all the robots, and sent them all into the forest. A carpet search was conducted. Xiao Shui had to run away with Xiao Bai in his arms, but he accidentally fell into a tree branch, and fell into a deep pit. He was lucky to escape the search, with nothing to find. The executives, they had to retrieve all the machine eggs, but it was not to be for Handsome. He had an asthma attack. He couldn't stand up. Who can save them? This robot uses its remaining power, escaping from the forest with his best friend on his back. "You need to finish secondary school. They'll take you away forever." White put him down. He went off on his own to look for help in the distance. Soon his classmates found him. Ambulances followed close behind, and White finally ran out of power for the last time. By the time Shui woke up from the hospital to find that White wasn't with him, just then the technician came in and brought in a brand new White. But Shui recognized him right away. He asked him to give him back. The technician was touched by their friendship. He told him that Bai's data was actually still in the database at headquarters. To get his friend back, he immediately decided to go there. With the help of everyone, Xiao Shui arrived at the headquarters database. But there are hundreds of millions of machine eggs. Which one is White? And at that moment, the executives found him too. He was ordered to turn off the power to the database. As the light faded away, Handsome hid under the table in fear. The darkness gradually overwhelmed him. Just then a faint glimmer of light appeared. It showed him where to go. He had told Bai that he was afraid of the dark, so every time he faced the darkness, White would silently give him light to chase away the darkness and cold. Xiao Shui couldn't wait to unplug the hard drive. A familiar smile appeared on it. He immediately returned to the console. With the help of the technician, he retransmitted White's data back to the egg, and so White was finally back. In addition, Xiao Shui discovered that the egg was watching the children all the time. It was watching the children's lives. Everyone was living in a virtual world and neglected to socialize in the real world. In order to change this situation, White decided to use his own code to fix the code of other machine eggs. Only by doing so, it would be gone forever. Xiao Shui didn't want to lose it and chose to give up, but White told him, "I was made to make friends. How to be a friend? You taught me that." Looking at the lonely little friend on the screen, Shui knew that only they could change all this. He hugged Bai deeply. He said his final goodbyes to him. Then he pressed the transmission button. White's body began to turn darker and darker. At the end, it was completely dark, and the entire database changed dramatically. All the bad information on the network disappeared. The database reboots with a new look. Children no longer have to worry about being watched. They are also more aware of their friends. With the rapid development of the internet, communication between people has become more convenient. Many people have even become dependent on virtual online life. Perhaps by putting down the mouse and keyboard and mobile phone, you'll find that the best friendships may be all around us. Be sure to cherish them.